millions of discarded glass bottles end up here, forming mountains of waste. Heavy loaders gather these enormous piles and feed the discarded bottles into the recycling operation, where their journey back into new glass begins. Millions of glass bottles reach this facility every day. But before these discarded bottles can become crystal clear nutrients, once collected, the bottles are fed onto a controlled conveyor line, where the first stage begins.
Here, the first real separation begins. Advanced sorting equipment identifies different types and colors.
Color matters because different glass streams can be processed separately. In a fraction of a second, the sorting system detects each bottle and directs it toward the correct path. Color is only the beginning. Before the glass can be processed further, unwanted materials must also be removed, protecting the recycling stream from contamination. With the glass now separated, the bottles continue toward another important stage. Before they can be washed, old labels and remaining surface material need to be stripped away. Now the old labels are stripped from the glass. Rotating brushes and rollers work continuously, separating paper paints. After several mechanical passes, most of the old labels have been removed. The bottles now have a clean glass surface, but they still need a mud. Labels are gone, but the glass is still carrying dust, dirt, and residue. Now the bottles enter a powerful washing stage, designed to clean their powerful water jets now attack the remaining dirt and residue from every direction. As the bottles rotate, the washing system reaches areas that ordinary cleaning could easily miss. After the heavy wash, a final rinse removes the last traces of residue. What began as a dirty, discarded bottle is now becoming clean, recycled glass. Agents. After the final rinse, the bottles are still covered in water. Before the glass can be crushed, that moisture has to be removed. So warm air now sweeps across every bottle, removing the remaining moisture. Within seconds, the wet glass becomes dry enough for the next and much more dramatic stage. Now the bottles are clean and dry, but they are still whole. To turn them into reusable glass material, the next stage. Clean and dry, the bottles are finally ready to be broken down. Inside this crusher, whole containers are transformed into small pieces of reusable glass.
Inside the crusher, whole bottles are transformed into pieces of glass called cullet.
Crushing is only half the job. The broken glass now passes through another separation stage, where size and weight help the system remove the remaining unwanted materials. After the final separation, the purified cullet is collected and prepared for the hottest stage of the entire journey. Before the glass reaches the furnace, one final purification step removes the smallest remaining contaminants. The result, the purified cullet now reaches the furnace feed system. Measured portions are sent forward, where extreme heat will Inside the furnace, everything changes. Extreme heat softens the recycled glass until the Within the furnace, the recycled glass has now reached a completely different state. The solid fragments have merged into a glowing Before forming can begin, the molten glass must become remarkably uniform. Inside this heated chamber, now the recycled glass is ready to leave the furnace. From here, this glowing stream will be divided into The molten glass is now divided into precisely measured portions. Each glowing piece contains enough material to form one new bottle. Each measured gob now enters its own mold. In just moments, precision machinery will transform this glowing mass into the basic shape of a brand new bottle. Inside the mold, controlled forming pressure pushes the softened glass against every surface. In seconds, a familiar bottle shape.
The molds now open, revealing the new bottles for the first time. Still glowers.
Fresh from the mold, these bottles are still extremely hot. They now enter a controlled cooling line, where the temperature cooling cannot happen all at once. The newly formed glass is gradually brought down in temperature, allowing the bottles to stabilize as they continue through the annealing line. As the bottles travel farther through the tunnel, their temperature continues to fall under controlled conditions. Further inside the annealing tunnel, the temperature drops gradually. By cooling the glass in a controlled way, the newly formed bottle. After several controlled cooling stages, the intense heat is almost gone. The bottles are now stable enough to leave the annealing tunnel and move on to detailed inspection. Cooling is complete, but the process is not over. Each new bottle now passes through automated inspection, where
high-speed cameras examine every surface for imperfections. Shape, clarity, and consistency are checked before the bottles are allowed to continue toward final packaging.
When a bottle fails the inspection, the automated system removes it instantly. Every bottle that continues forward must meet the required quality standard. Filteries. Before packaging, the bottles receive one final visual inspection. Every surface is checked carefully, from the base to the engines. Once the final inspection is complete, the approved bottles move directly toward packaging. Here, automated guides orders. Before packaging begins, the bottles are automatically organized into perfectly aligned groups. Every movement is precisely synchronized to main sets. Once inspection is complete, the bottles are automatically grouped into perfectly organized rows. Advanced robotic palletizing systems can lift entire rows of bottles in a single movement. This automation increases speed while protecting every bottle from damage, pricks. Each layer is placed with remarkable precision. Automated sensors immediately verify alignment, ensuring every protective separator sheets are placed between each layer to prevent contact during storage and transportation, keeping every bottle safe from damage. Layer by layer, the robotic palletizing system builds perfectly balanced stacks. Every movement is controlled with millimeter things. To protect the bottles during transportation, each completed pallet is tightly wrapped transparent stretch film. The automated
engines. Every finished pallet receives a unique production identity. Automated tracking systems record each batch, ensuring bids. After final inspection and tracking, each pallet enters the automated warehouse. Intelligent transport systems safely
decisions. Once storage is complete, the finished pallets are transported to the shipping dock. Automated handling systems load every pallet engines. With every pallet safely loaded, the journey continues beyond the factory. Carefully coordinated logistics ensure these. Before filling, every bottle undergoes a thorough cleaning process. High-pressure hot water removes dust and
dislikes. After washing, the bottles are sterilized with high-temperature steam. This process eliminates bacteria and microorganisms.
Before filling begins, every bottle passes a final cleanliness inspection. UV lighting, optical cameras, and precision.
Now the bottles reach the high-speed filling line. Precision filling nozzles dispense the exact amount of product into every.
Immediately after filling, each bottle is sealed with precision-controlled torque. Automated verification systems inspect
actions. Each bottle now receives its final identity. High-speed labeling and laser coding systems apply product information. With filling, sealing, and labeling complete, the bottles enter the final packaging stage. Automated systems group positions. Finished cartons are automatically stacked onto pallets using intelligent robotic systems. Every layer is arranged with perfect engines. To ensure safe transportation, every completed pallet is wrapped with high-strength stretch film. This automated process enagers. Every finished pallet is digitally identified before leaving the production line. Automated warehouse systems track and tours. The final stage of the factory process is shipment. Automated handling systems load finished pallets with precision. From here, the finished bottles begin their journey across cities and countries. Advanced logistics networks deliver instruments. After leaving the factory, the finished products enter automated distribution centers, where intelligent logistics systems meandles. After leaving the factory, the finished products enter automated distribution centers, where intelligent logistics systems votes. After an extraordinary journey through recycling, manufacturing, filling, and distribution, the bottles finally reach supermarkets.
After traveling through recycling, manufacturing, filling, and global distribution, this bottle finally reaches the hands of a.
Now, the bottle begins its most familiar journey, serving the customer before one day returning to the recycling system to start the cycle again.
Glass is one of the few materials that can be recycled endlessly without losing its quality or purity. Every bottle
returns to the recycling system, where it can be transformed